It's Adam from Kozier's Performance Fabrication. I'll be showing you how to do the rear shocks, the shock absorbers on a 2003 model GMC Sierra. This is the K2500 HD, but it's very similar for many different trucks of this model year. So let's get to it. Alright, back here under the rear of the truck, I'm going to change out these rear shock absorbers. Tools you'll need for this, I always bring a basic set of hand tools as far as sockets and such go. I have a wire brush. A lot of that stuff under here is pretty corroded, so it's good to get that off so you know your sockets fit alright. I got a just a 3/8, you know, something to hold on to while you get the other side off there. Cause both these top and bottom on both sides are attached with a nut and bolt. You know, just a bolt going through and attaching to the nut on the other side. Have a 1/2-inch ratchet extension. Two different kinds of impacts, the little one and the big one. A set of vernier calipers for checking sizes. I went ahead and already did that. Your bottoms on both sides, the nut and the bolt, both shocks are both 21 millimeters. So I found that fits pretty good. The tops, both sides, both the nut and bolt as well, are, now I'm not 100% sure on that one, but what I was able to find that fit pretty well was a 7/8 socket. So we'll see how that goes throughout this. The locations, you got your upper right there just going through. This is the passenger side, and then it comes down, bolts to this little retainer here. Same situation, exact same thing on the other side. There we go. The only difference is that it runs up back into there. Anyways, it runs back up in there. I'll get a more detailed video in a second of that. Jeez. Alright. Anyways, same situation on this side, except they're mounted on different sides of the axle, and they do that to dampen axle torque. Axles move quite a bit more than people realize, so they do that to well, maybe I can get it from here. There we go. It mounts up there and just runs down under to right there. So alright, I'm gonna start by I'm gonna go ahead and put a jack or something under here just to kind of keep tension on the rear diff. I'm gonna put it right on the rear diff, right there, just to kind of keep tension on it, just in case. So I'll do that and loosen a couple of them up, and I'll be back. All right, I got it supported with a brick, jack stand centered on the brick, and I just lowered the hoist a little bit. Looks like I might have a leak there in the rear diff cover. It's another one of the videos I've been planning anyways, so maybe we'll refresh that too. Anyways, I got the holder on there. I was going to take the impact, run that one off here. I'm going to do both bottoms, and then we'll move on to the top. So okay, so this got 21 millimeter on both sides. The holder, it's got 21 in it, and then take looks like we're gonna need some more power on that. Let's see if this one did. Yeah, I got it off of there, so now I'm not sure of any tension on this, so that's what I'm going to check now. Check to see how it... Yeah, it actually seems like there's some tension off of it on there, so I might raise the lift up a little bit to take some of that off of there. Alright, we're going to do the other side now. Now, guess I can do it either way. Shit. Alright. Well, they're off, so this one seems like it has a little bit less tension on it. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got a little bit on it. I decided that I'm just going to try to drive her out and see what happens. I mean, the rear end support it. So if I drive this out, worse things come to worse, you know, this extends or something, and you'll see. Yeah, it wasn't that bad at all. Put that one. Do the other side here. Yeah, that's good. There's no tension on there, so now these next bolts here are going to be a little trickier. They're kind of up quite a ways there, so I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, and I'll take them off. I'm going to remove these bolts next. It's at the top. This is the passenger side. The one that was up in here, it's actually on the other side of this here. So I'm gonna do those next. There should be no tension on it, so they should come right out. Alright, got the old shocks off. Put them side by side with the new ones. That driver's side upper mount is just, it's difficult to get up there. It actually seems like it's actually pretty easy until you try to get up there, and it's hard to get a position where you can get both hands up, one to hold and then one to operate the impact. I actually ended up leaning in from the wheel well of the driver's side rear tire. I leaned in from there and stayed standing, and because it was really hard to work around the differential, the shock, all the linkage and all that going back there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang both of these and torque them down. The torque on both of these, upper and lower, the upper and lower bolt is both 70 foot-pounds. So I'm going to do that now. Just the uppers, and then I'll show you the lowers, how to torque that. I got them hung and torqued up top, hanging free on the bottom. So now all you're going to do is take it, line it up with the hole, and you might need to hammer it in there a little bit. I found that these shocks are a little wider, but not by much, so I'm gonna hammer those in and put the bolts in, and I'll show you how to torque those down. So pretty much the reverse of taking it off, you know. Just gonna throw a wrench on this side here. Again, that's 21. Alright. 70 foot-pounds. That one. and 70 foot-pounds. Alright, all torqued in, upper and lower. Same on this side. Alright, if you liked the video, thought it was informative, give it a like. If you like what I do, go ahead and subscribe. There'll be many more videos, various vehicles, a lot from some of the same vehicles, but you know, as I work on things, you know, I get other stuff in as well. These ones are just my personal vehicles for now. If you have any advice on anything I could do or should do differently, you know, feel free to write it in the comments section. I'll do the best I can to respond on it and possibly elaborate on that or do that in the future. Alright, take care.